A couple months ago, I went on my first ever girls trip with my two closest UCLA friends, Connie and Christine, and we went back to the place where we met, aka Oahu, Hawaii. Here is proof. We flew from LAX to Honolulu on a Friday evening after everyone was done with classes, and after a very eventful flight, we arrived in Oahu. We checked into our hotel, looked around, and then it was time to go get some dinner. So we were staying in Waikiki, so we just walked around and we found a little poke shop to go to. They had some good poke, and then we decided to get ready for a night out. One of Christine's hometown friends had a table at the district, so we joined in, and it was a really fun night. I think we all had lots of fun. On our first full day in Oahu, we went to get breakfast at Nalu Health Cafe. It was so good. We all got the same thing. It was a turkey and pesto sandwich, and it was to die for. So good. Afterwards, we walked over to the beach. Look how beautiful the beach is. We had such a good time tanning, getting into the water. It was just so nice, and I was so happy to be back in Hawaii. After the beach, we headed back to our hotel, got ready, and then hopped into an Uber to go to Off the Hook Poke. Their poke was also so good. Highly recommend checking it out if you're ever in Oahu. And afterwards, we went to the Daily Whisk and got some matcha. We all tried something different, which was really fun. And then it was time for a trip down memory lane. So we went back to the neighborhood that all of us lived in. First, we checked out Connie and Christine's home, and then we went to mine. And it was so surreal being back because I haven't been since my freshman year of college when I left. I still cannot believe that I got to live here for 2 months at 18 years old. Like, literally insane. We found some flowers on the way and put it in our hair, and then we walked over to a beach park that was in our neighborhood that we would always go to. Again, just like a trip down memory lane. Major deja vu. Took some pictures, of course, just enjoyed the scenery, and then we decided to hop onto a bus to Ala Moana, which is a mall. When I lived in Hawaii, we would go to this mall all the time, so it was really nice being back. We went to the Alley, which was my favorite boba place when we were in Hawaii, and I got the same thing that I always used to get, which is a brown sugar boba with creme brulee. So we just happened to be there for Spam Jam, which is a food festival based on Spam, and they just have a bunch of really cool food items using Spam. So we walked around and tried different things, and then we saw these hula dancers. There was a hula performance, so we stopped and watched a little bit. I'd actually never seen a hula performance before, so this was a really cool experience. So we started off the morning bright and early for a sunrise swim. It was supposed to be all three of us, but Connie didn't wake up, so it was just me and Christine, and it was so beautiful. We had a great time. We took pictures. We went swimming. It was just perfect. I was just so happy. After we got done with our sunrise swim, Christine and I sat on the beach for a little bit, watching the surfers, watching the sun come up, and just basking in all the goodness. We also read our books for a little bit, and then afterwards we headed over to this cafe for breakfast where we met Connie. On this day, we decided to rent a car, and we were initially supposed to get a regular car, but then the rental guy asked us if we wanted a convertible, and we said yes, and that was such a cool experience. We were blasting music. We had an hour drive from Waikiki to the North Shore, and the vibes were just so good. I was so happy. Our first stop was lunch from this food truck. We had garlic shrimp, which was really good, and also some mac salad. And then we went to this little area where they had a Snoopy surf store, which was really cool. And then we headed back into the car and decided to go to Waimea Falls. Fun fact, Waimea Falls was the first place that I went to when I got to Hawaii. It was literally the day after I moved to Hawaii. So this was really a trip down memory lane for me. Unfortunately, the actual falls were closed. There's a waterfall that you can usually like swim around, but that was completely closed. We just watched it for a little bit before deciding to head off. And as we were heading off, there were all these birds, including a peacock, which was really fun. The drive back was so surreal, and I was just feeling so grateful for life in that moment and grateful that I have good friends that I get to travel with. Also, I have to note that I was the one on aux, which definitely felt like a lot of pressure, but it was kind of fun being able to try and choose songs that were perfect for the occasion, and I think I did pretty good, okay? Because I was enjoying it, and I think everyone else was. The cool thing about being in the convertible is that we could scream on the top of our lungs, and it didn't feel like we were like singing in each other's ears. We did a quick little stop back at the hotel before heading over to Sandy's Beach for sunset. This drive right here was my favorite drive that we did when I lived in Hawaii, so it was really nice doing it again. I don't know, there's just something like this whole view just reminds me of that time of my life. We got there at a good time, so we got to watch the sun go down. Afterwards, we grabbed poke from the grocery store and some rice, and then decided to go to the Tantalus Lookout, which is basically just this lookout on Honolulu, and eat dinner there. So my flight on Monday was around 12, so we decided to try and grab breakfast before we went to the airport, and we were running very late, but it's okay. We somehow made it to the airport. I said goodbye to Connie and Christine, and just like that, I was on my way to Japan. From here on out, I'm going to be sharing the rest of my travel journey with you guys, so don't forget to subscribe for more travel content, as I will be posting a video every single week from my 6-week travel journey. See you guys in Japan!